Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kyle the Pug podcast Reboot, episode number 15. This is our second show of the week. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2. This is number 2. We're recording 2 shows a week now, if you guys haven't heard by now. Like I said in last episode, which, yeah, if you haven't heard the news, well, I don't know what to tell you. But you're hearing it now. Every week, we're doing 2 shows. 2 shows every week. So we're gonna be grinding. We're gonna have a good time. And if you guys don't know who I am Kyle the Pug, the man, the myth, the pug, the legend himself. And as of right now, we are recording on June 29th. This is on a Monday, June 29th, 2020. And we are in, like I said last episode, we are in the last week of June, which is absolutely insane, especially with all the coronavirus, the protests going around. This has been insane. Insane week. Well, not insane week, but more of an insane year. Like, I feel like we should just move on to 2021 and just say, F this year. But hey, that's just me. But anyways, Penguinator, he is working his night shift for at least today. So, Ice has been raging. So, Ice, what's going on with you? You've been raging today, so I'm kind of curious of what happened with you today at work. So, yeah, she's quiet. She's quiet.
I basically work at a fast food restaurant, okay? And
all right.
In layman's terms, it's very bad whenever it's a franchise and the owner just decides to go ahead and make relatives the general manager and basically another manager.
Mm-hmm.
So they just handed over the position, and so she normally just sits around, sitting on her ass, not doing shit. She sits there and eats company food or whatever, and most of the time she don't ring them up, but today she decided to. But anyway, so she didn't want to let me off work after I've already been there for several hours already. And they normally just use me as basically the person in there for the next shift over to swap. So I'm not even supposed to be there that long anyways. I'm only supposed to be there like 4 or 5 hours max. And the problem here is that, 1, they're disorganized. 2, nobody wants to do their own fucking job. And
well, that's how fast food restaurants are.
And it's bad whenever a new person comes in and they're able to start like dictating and delegating to the fucking manager, right? And just sit there and do their job for them. It's just really annoying.
Yeah, that's like I said. That's how all.
I'm dealing with currently.
Yeah. So wait, what fast food restaurant are you working at again?
Sonic.
Oh, okay. So
it's a great job otherwise, for the most part, but it's so annoying whenever you have people that are just dunces.
Yeah, and you get those people that are like super toxic coming in. You see that everywhere with fast food restaurants nowadays.
Well, you see that with food in general, because that's the industry, that's the business. The problem is whenever people don't want to do their job, you have only a select few that do their jobs, but they're the ones that are mistreated just for the sake of the other ones, and they use you, the hard worker, as a fucking stepping stone to get a promotion that they don't even deserve.
That's what we call a brat. Who doesn't get their way, and they try to like weasel their way up all the way to the top of the food chain. No pun intended, of course. But and this is why you're actually taking out your frustrations on Overwatch. I noticed because I was thinking about playing it.
Everyone a taste of my chocolate salty balls, like putting down the fucking phone in his hand, and fuck you. All right.
Oh my God, the rage is real. She's turning into She-Hulk.
I'm honestly not that bad. Honestly, I'm used to being the stepping ladder that people like use. Like, I'm just too nice. Like, I can't ever actually say no. Like, because I feel bad because like I'm a better worker than half of them, just strictly from having training in a 4-star restaurant that I worked at for a year. So it's like I'm more at an advantage than half these people, and it's just. I just, like, let myself get used because I feel bad because I'm more advanced than they are, in a sense where it's just...
And see, here's my thing, though. Here's my thing. Like, I'm kind of like the same way at times. Because I'm too nice, like, in real life, so I'm like, okay, I can never, like, say no to somebody trying to, help me out and all that, whatever. But then there comes to a point where they start, taking it a little bit too much to the extreme, like, if they try to, like, if even you don't know the person, they're trying to, like, oh, I'm gonna try to help you do such and such, and blah, blah, whatever they're trying to do, no matter what the case is, job work, whatever. And then they just backstab you just out of the blue. Like, then that's the point where I would be, like, super, super pissed off, but at the same time, like, I wouldn't really worry about it. It is their life, like, and I just want to make sure I want to get my own things done at a steady pace. Like, I feel like that's what you're trying to do here in this situation. Like, this is just
trying to go stick to my thing, but the issue is, like, because I'm the new person, like, they can automatically assume that it's my fault for it not getting done or whatever in time. And so I've taken over delegating to the other 3 workers or 4 workers that are there at the time, and they all get to leave, like, right after I...
How long have you been working at Sonic, just out of curiosity?
I've been working there for probably about a month now.
Okay, it seems...
The big issue here being, like, solid straight out, okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 stations, and every time I come in there, I'm expected to man all 4 stations by myself, no help. The other guys are slow, they're not doing what they need to do, or they keep continuously fucking up.
They super slow.
And I'm like, alright, you know what, get the fuck out of my way. Either do this, or get the fuck out of my way.
Move over. I'm working at my own pace. I'm trying to do my job. If you're too slow, bam, goodbye.
I don't want to think about it, but it's like...
That's what you're thinking in your mind, though.
No, more or less, either 1, get out the fucking granny lane. 2, do your fucking job. 3, get your hands out your pants, because ain't nobody want to see you finger your ass in public. And get your fucking job done. Damn! That's just my attitude, dude. Like, it's...
Ooh, that should be... That should be like a S grade attitude right there, like taking shit from no one. But yeah, back to the Overwatch thing. You wanted to, you were taking out your rage and frustrations on instead of pulling the Bob Ross paintbrush strategy, just beating the devil out of the paintbrush.
I could, like, what's been going? Do that. The problem is I just don't have paint. Like, drawing is one of my few things that I like to do besides cooking.
Yeah,
and it's one of the few ththings that I'm good at. But,
I got you.
Like, anyways, Overwatch. There's a couple of things that
just say, yeah, that's it. Oh, let's go to Overwatch.
Yeah, it's that frustrating that it even puts me at a loss for words, honestly, because
just don't even think about it.
Shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's just the same thing over and over again and over and over and over again, and it's like, I feel bad, but it makes me feel good knowing that I'm better than half the employees that they already have because of my training alone.
Just stay classy. Just stay classy and you won't get fired. That's all it is to it.
I try to hold it in, man. I really do.
Alright, but anyways, you wanted to, like I said, you were jumping to Overwatch. Were you playing ranked, or are you just doing, like, casual?
Oh, I'm playing ranked, just grinding out golden weapons. That's what my goal plan is from this season onward.
Okay.
Because I've gotten to the point where I keep getting closer and closer to platinum ranking and diamond ranking. There's just been too many times where I've gotten there and I just didn't see it through because, 1, I don't have people that actually have comms flat out, or just, I just can't deal with it because too much bullshit's going on. But from here on out, I've actually decided to see it through every season, make it like a daily ritual to play between Apex and Overwatch, and then I think I'm gonna be picking back up on Dead by Daylight. I don't know. I'm thinking on it, but...
Well, Matt would be super pleased if he actually picked up on Dead by Daylight.
I will not be picking up the 13th ever again. Can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. But, I'm expecting to see us get the other 4 characters from Diva's squad in Overwatch. I mean, we have you can see the rooms, but not inside of them on Busan, I think. Is how you say it. Sorry if
Busan.
I'm butchering it, but... Yeah.
Busan. I haven't read too
I
much
mean,
on it though. Like, but there has been rumors like here and there. I haven't looked into too much of it on Twitter or any other social media or the Overwatch website, but I've seen it. Like, I've seen like the actual like headlines for it, but I haven't looked too much into it. But I know you have. But yeah, like I was, I think her mic cut out.
No, I'm just.
Oh no, okay. Like she was just kind of. I thought your mic cut out for a second. But yeah, talk to us a little more about that.
I think we might be getting. I mean, the rooms are legitimate. They're all, color coded. Diva's the 5th one in the team slot, so it's kind of curious to see if they're gonna have different mechs and different schematics planned out for them as we later progress. I mean, it would be nice to see the rest of Diva Squad. I mean, they keep getting mentioned, but we've never.
Or at least like one of them, not like all the rest of the.
Like one at a time. Like that's something that you could progress. That's 4 more years of updates for Overwatch. And for some event to come around.
And plus, like, Overwatch 2 is kind of like...
That's content on itself.
Overwatch 2,
supposedly right around the corner.
Yeah,
but
that was
the
just...
issue here being that, Overwatch
barring, the
2 and
coronavirus...
Overwatch 1 are going to have the exact same fucking characters and everything.
Yeah.
The only difference is one's campaign, the other one just sticks to the original shit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, because especially like with the coronavirus and all the protests going around, it's gonna be we don't know how long it's
devs apart.
Yeah, so like I said, we don't know an actual time or release date. We know it's gonna be coming out for the PS5. That is 100% accurate, but maybe it might have a little PS4 also out of, but more than likely it's gonna be PS5. Like, in my opinion.
If they do strictly PS5, it's gonna ruin like a majority of their players, basically.
Yeah,
like,
that is correct. Also,
it's gone. So if they did that, that would be a terrible move. Would it be smart for them to do it? No, I think not.
To me, that's like it's kind of like on the fence a little bit, because why I say it's on the fence because there's a lot of people that obviously love to play Overwatch, on PS4 and with PS5 like on the horizon, community. Yeah, Overwatch still has a huge community even to this day.
They announced that I promise you right now, they said Overwatch 2 was going to be exclusively on PlayStation 5 and PC. Xbox X. I guarantee you, right then and there, everyone that's been a loyal player in the community is just gonna bug out. They're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a done deal. It's a wrap at that point.
Yeah, but there would be a lot of
because they have to spend money for that, the game, PS Plus, a whole brand new subscription, and having to deal with download times, system updates right from day one, and being glitchy.
A lot of money.
It's not gonna provide it with enough time to actually have that overlay and meet up with the standards that they have at Blizzard for Overwatch. If they did that, that would be the worst possible career move of their choice for this entire franchise, because for one, they can't guarantee that it's going to work perfectly and without bugs, and then 2, they're going to literally ruin their own community. And that's a big part of their community, man.
Well, I see 2 sides of the coin here for Overwatch and new players that want to go to the PS5. People that are definitely going to be buying it no matter what, because Overwatch is still it has a huge community, as I said before. There's going to be people that are going to pay all this money just to play it, Overwatch 2. And then the other side is the other ones are just it's not just that, but they're going to be returning the PS4 and their Overwatch if they have a physical copy just to try to get. But yeah, don't do it at GameStop because they'll only offer you $20 just for everything in the book. But yeah, that's why I said don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't go to GameStop. That's GameStop it's a big L. Believe me. I've been on the sadly I've been on the receiving end of that. So my advice to everybody: just don't sell your stuff at GameStop. You're better off selling it off eBay or Amazon or something for full price. But anyways, yeah, that was what Ice has been up to. Just raging.
Before we finish off on that, There's one more thing that I have to ask you.
Oh.
Why would they fudge it up whenever they've already released they had already released the beta on PlayStation 4?
Oh.
Like for the BlizzCon event and everything, when they announced it, it was playable there on all consoles at the time. This is way before the PlayStation 5 and Xbox One X was actually announced.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do that? You know what I mean?
Exactly, but
That's a big question.
yeah, I mean, I guess like the Tootsie Roll Pop commercials, the world may never know. And that's all
Yep.
Overwatch made Tim. Who's Tim? Or are you talking about Tim the Tap
Tim the
Man?
Tap Man.
Okay, that's what. Okay,
Tim
I was.
the Dad Man.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Man. It's no longer Tim the Tap Man. It's Tim the Dad Man.
He is a dad. I mean, I don't watch a lot of his content, but I do know he's a dad. But
Baby Brewer. He's so cute.
But what have I been up to as of, since 24 hours have passed since the last show? I'm probably gonna play some more Super Metroid tonight. Try to see if I can progress some more after beating a boss. I don't remember what the boss. I mean, I do remember what the boss looks like. I just don't remember the name of the boss at all. But yeah, there's some people helping me with it. Like I said, I'm dealing with some people who are very Metroid heavy on the game itself. So
Are you talking about Metro?
No, Super Metroid. Samus.
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember that. It's a pain in the ass. Good luck.
Yeah, everybody's saying
yeah.
Everybody has been telling me like DMs on Twitter. It's basically there's a lot of exploring. That's all it is.
Oh yeah.
It's
Been
Super
there,
Metroid.
done that, played it, beat it. Never gonna do it again. I don't care if it's new, if it's revisited, if it's remastered. No, fuck no. That's
Yeah,
a big ass no.
It's a game on my backlog I do have to complete. So and if you guys want to know, there's a website which is I forgot the name of the website though. So it actually keeps a backlog track of like all your games like you've completed, haven't completed, still playing, that want to play. There's like a category for that, and I'll try to send it to you guys in the group chat, and I'll probably put it on Twitter later on tonight, which is a really good thing though, because you can keep track of your own backlog with video games and what you need to complete. It's super cool. So yeah, so Super Metroid, yeah, I'm gonna be working on that tonight. Ninjala is a free Nintendo Switch game that I think they dropped, I believe, was it a week ago, or was it just like a few days ago? I don't remember exactly, but it has some like Splatoon-like vibes to it, but it's not really Splatoon, but the art animation's kind of like a little bit like that. I've been thinking about downloading that just to try to give that a shot, and some people are actually, telling me that they played it. It's fun, but it's kind of hard to get used to at first. So I've been, and it wouldn't hurt for me to try, obviously, because the game does look super fun, but it would also be like, really difficult at the same time. Which, like I said, Nintendo games, I'm open for like anything, basically. So, that is that. And speaking of Nintendo, we do have some news here to drop for Nintendo, since we have a tweet from Nintendo, and this is actually a very interesting / controversial tweet, which I don't know if we actually have something that's already out, the quote-unquote Twitter. So we're going to read this tweet here right now as soon as I pop it up, just like that. And from Nintendo, they said something cool from Nintendo is coming this week. What they said of what it was is unknown. So it may have dropped already, like Min from Smash Ultimate. She's already dropped right now, so if you guys have Smash Ultimate, go buy her. Go get the Fighter's Pass. Do whatever you want with it. But some people are saying, the Animal Crossing update July 3rd. I don't think it's any of those things, because we already know, like, what's going on with Nintendo as we speak with those two announcements. But what is something cool that's happening? But if it was that Penguinator here right now, he would say they literally said it's something cool. But Ice, if you're if you're
listening,
what do you think? What do you think this something cool is?
Ooh. There's so much stuff releasing all the time from them nowadays, because, like, right now they're trying to take advantage of being, like, the first people to, like, just keep popping out updates and DLC and games and content console-wise for a while now, since the coronavirus started and everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be... It's tough to say. I would say it's gonna be something closely related to Pokemon, but then again, there's
oh,
the big
they've already announced, they've already did announce that, but, and like I said, we do already know, like, you know, Min out in Smash, like I said, go, like, I already talked about Min. Animal Crossing update Wave 1, that July 3rd where you can swim and dive. We already know that, but it could be something we already know and we're just not seeing it. Like, it could be right in front of our noses, and it just, like, Nintendo could, like, fool us. So that's why I'm kind of, and it goes back to, like, you know, the Pokemon DLC we were talking about. I'm always keeping my expectations to zero. And you can...
That's the only way to go.
And we were talking about this on last show yesterday. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube, it'll probably be up at, like, Wednesday. Fourth wall break. But, yeah, just, everybody was just so mad at that whole Pokemon Presents thing. And now that you get the dislikes, I wouldn't be surprised if that actually hit, like, 1 million dislikes. Well, I don't know if it would hit 1 million dislikes.
Has it even been released yet?
Oh, they didn't...
I thought it was already released.
Oh, Pokemon Unite? No, it hasn't had a time... There's no release date for that yet. But, yeah, that's why everybody is just, like, legit, like, so toxic, like, over, you know, these sort of little things, just because they get... Yeah, the small details, because they raise their expectations so much to expect something big, and then that doesn't happen, and then... Exactly. And then all of a sudden, people are just, like, all the way down.
They out by playing zombies. Oh, wait, we're talking about, like, a bunch of raging teenagers that just got off Fortnite, you know? Never mind. I take it back.
I mean, at this point, like, even, like, the Pokemon community is, like,
unless you've been around since Gen 1. Let's go, boys.
That is 100%. Hey, I could be one of those people. I do have a right to say that, because
I am one of those people as well.
I mean,
if anybody else tries to say it, it's highly doubtable. Okay.
At this point, like, it wouldn't surprise me, like, as much as it pains me to say it, but it wouldn't surprise me that the community of Pokemon could be a lot more toxic than Fortnite. And this is just, like, you know, a shot in the dark saying this, but at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I honestly would not be effing surprised if that was actually the case. Especially, you know, with the... And speaking of Nintendo, like, this is, you know, the Pokemon... When was the last time we actually had a Nintendo Direct? That's a lot of controversy, you know, behind that going around Twitter and Facebook and all that jazz, too.
We haven't actually had a Nintendo Direct in a cool minute now. It's just strictly been Pokemon Direct for
it's
a little bit of time now.
Yeah, because we have Animal Crossing Pokemon. We've had, you know, Smash presentations from Masahiro Sakurai. And if you guys haven't seen, you know, Sakurai's place and his setup, oh my god, that man has everything. He is just a one-of-a-kind dude who is literally multi-talented, and he can play 2 characters on 2 different controllers at once. I just wanted to throw that out there. So that man is just... He's a legend. He's just an absolute legend. It's just... Whew. But, yeah, we haven't had an actual... Well, I think the last one we had was a Nintendo Direct Mini. I don't know if anybody else... Yeah, that was, like, way back in, I want to say April? Like, late March, early April. I don't remember when that was, but it was somewhere around there. And I don't know if that really counted as a Direct, honestly. Does that count? I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, I'm curious. Would that actually count as a Direct? I don't know. I mean, I could be, like, you know, overthinking it a little bit, but, I don't know.
The family shows up.
About, like, 20... Actually, no, that's not too bad. It's passable, but...
It's
hi, Matthew.
J, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Matt.
I work for a living. Yeah, but we know. You work hard for the Monica.
You work for... Oh, man. But what's going on, Matt? How you doing? What's been going on with the past 24 hours in gaming and in real life? We already discussed Ice's life story, so I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, because we needed quality content, quote unquote.
Just about to claim my shiny Zarude, everybody. Make sure to do that. That's live today. And then munching on some watermelon because I am hot.
Wait a minute, you mean Zeraora? I don't think Zarude's dropped yet.
Oh yeah, Zero Aura. Sorry, the two Z names I always mix
Yeah,
up all
because
the time.
Zarude would drop during when the movie's actually released in Japan, so that's probably when that's gonna happen.
You're
Like,
talking to a dude that, like, confused Porygon Y with Porygon 2.
I feel
What
so.
do you expect?
You know, I have an excuse. My brain's fried every time I come home, so thinkifying is hard.
What are you talking?
Yeah, he definitely needs to thinkify on that for sure.
But yeah, I'll be claiming that, and also I'll be getting two of them actually, because I'll get the one I get for free, and then actually somebody in a Discord that does like little trading Pokemons actually, I wanted a shiny, and he said your choice of it, and I saw he had a Zarude, or not Zarude, sorry, a Zeraora, and I'm like, ooh, is that Zeraora for sale? And he's like, yeah, man, you can do that. Just hit me up. I'm like, sweet. So I'll get two of them today, the free
he's
one and the one I
getting,
traded for.
Oh,
And
so,
Ice Rage quits after
no,
hearing
well,
that.
actually, no. I said in the chat the Power Surge. She's getting DDoSed again. Poor Ice. I feel so
no.
bad. Oh no, Ice. Yikes! That's a big fat yikes, though. But I feel actually
Good
she's
timing
been.
I came in.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, because I almost thought about like Vince sculling it for the rest of the show, just doing everything by myself and telling like stories and all that. But
Yeah.
Ice, yeah, just once you get that fixed, Ice, you're more than welcome to come back on. The second time over Overwatch. Oh, you actually got DDoSed over Overwatch? Wow, I feel I'm sorry. That sucks.
Wow.
Like you must have been doing good, and all of a sudden you made some kid like nerd mad, and all of a sudden, bam, they just like DDoS. Yeah, I don't know why people still do that. It's 2020, and you still do that. Come on, you're literally just like stuck inside your own little man cave, like in your own basement, just hey, I'm actually doing bad. Let me turn on my mods on so I can boot people.
Oh my god.
Like, come on. Like, really? You gotta do that? She's all the second time.
You are a nerd.
Oh, man.
Boo.
I've been trying to, actually, long story short, I've been trying to, do a little voice trolling thing on Overwatch, just in, like, random, game
Oh
chat.
my
Just
gosh.
do Bill Clinton, just, like, the whole
Yes.
time.
I
should
do that a lot on Friday now. Now that I've kind of sort of mastered the Herbert the Pervert impression, when someone's chasing and they're chasing me, I go to game chat. I'm like, "Excuse me, I like when you touch me," and like
That's you're getting better at that. That's actually not bad.
that guy was like, "Oh my gosh, no, bye!" And he actually teleported away from me. It was so good. I love trolling friends.
She's all be clapping them cheeks.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the one time where some guy's like, "Hi, hello there."
Just
They're
be,
like,
just
"Oh,
be
I
like,
was
grab
kidding."
him. Hi.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Somebody just did the
Actually-
soundbite for that.
It's actually funny because you know how that little like a meme from Dashy's videos where he goes, "Guys, relax."
Mhm.
So then we had Marcus told me the other day that he and John ran into a guy who sounded exactly like that guy from the meme, like no joke. And
Oh, wow.
He was getting very triggered at them because they were trolling him as Jason. He's like, "Fine, guys, I'm gonna leave." And it's so funny. I was like, I would pay to be in that conversation with you guys when you had that. That would be absolutely awesome. But that's a little sidebar.
Ice
there,
is saying, tell Matt to check chat so I can say something to him. Oh no, what's
So
going
you
on
can
with
say
that?
something to me? What? Ugh, okay. I'll do that while we're moving on with the next whatever topics we're gonna go to. Jesus.
But yeah, so I was saying earlier, like before, Min dropped in Smash, so Matt, I don't know if you play Smash, but if you want to go play Smash Ultimate, buy it on the Switch. Min from ARMS. She looks super cool.
Honestly.
She looks super cool though. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie, she actually does look pretty damn cool. But I know Ice was trying to get back to it. I've had a debate on trying to get Smash Ultimate. We were talking about Sakurai here a little bit ago. We were saying how beautiful his setup is because he has a Switch, Xbox, PlayStation 4, 2 TV monitors. That man's got everything.
Yeah.
He literally is. He's just a one-of-a-kind legend.
Oh my gosh! Stop. No. No, I will not get that. Please, dear God, no. That just seems like it's a very mind-numbing game. It looks rewarding when you get used to it, but man, if you're a rookie, you look like you get lost in the shuffle easily.
Well, we have me, Ice, and Brother Goofy can help you on that.
True. Very true.
You'll be carried. You'll be carried a lot.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, howdy there, filler.
Yo, I tell you what, right now, playing with Brother Goofy, I would be dying laughing at his humor sometimes, man. That guy can crack me up sometimes with what he says.
And yeah, fun fact, that is actually my brother in real life. So it's not just for show, but he is actually my brother in real life.
He is the real brother of the pug. You should call him Brother Pug instead of just
Brother Pug.
Goofy.
I don't know, I don't know, because once I say Brother Goofy, it sounds like he's from one of the Mormon churches. Like, here's Brother Goofy at the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna go into too much religious detail on that, but I don't know. It just kind of just like popped in my head a little bit.
I liked it.
But yeah, Ice was saying you have to. It's actually fun. You can get you caught up to speed because it's so fun. So I bet you if you played it a lot, though, Matt, you would actually enjoy it. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
If it was free on PlayStation, then I mean, I'd give it a look.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've been like, paying like, oh, Overwatch again, but like I said, the old saying, don't knock it until you try it.
Very true. True.
It's a lot better than Fortnite. I can tell you that much. Yeah, definitely 100% a lot better than Fortnite. Yeah, it's more team based. Yeah, it's more team based. So you'll have it's not just like one person carrying.
I think based off what I've been seeing from you from your streams, and then from what Ice has been saying before, it seems like if people are not in game chat, it can get really, really toxic fast because you're just so freaking pissed off that nobody's communicating on comms. It's almost like Modern Warfare is a war zone. You have to have comms for people to succeed in that mode. You just have to.
Ice said she'll buy it for you. That's super nice of you, Ice. Ice, that's super nice. Hey, that rhymes too.
Shoot. I mean, Momo will probably do it. She freaking gifted 5 subs last time I did a stream. I'm like, dang, okay. You rolling the dough or something? Shoot.
Yeah, like I said, just that's super nice. I mean, if she did that for you, that'd be super sweet. That's super sweet.
What am I gonna owe you? She like, you owe me a shiny this, or a shiny that, or 10 shiny legendaries. There.
All right. So speaking of PlayStation games, we do have some PlayStation stuff to go around, and you were talking about this in the group chat here before we went on. The free PS Plus games for July 2020 are Rise of the Tomb Raider, NBA 2K20, and Erica as a bonus. So I know you wanted to talk a little bit about that. So what do you think about all those games being released for the free PSN Plus for July? Seems like a pretty good number of games. That's a pretty good little solid lineup there.
It is a good lineup, yeah. I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn was one I'm really sad that I missed out on that one because I kicked myself because I missed out on the time window. But I think IGN gave the Rise of the Tomb Raider 8 out of 10 on their review.
It looks super good. I've never played it. I've never ever played a Tomb Raider game before, but it looks super good.
I did, as in like I played like when there was like the pixelated graphics back in the day on the computer. And so seeing it, obviously, in the graphics are great and the storyline is great. It's like basically the beginning of her journey of how she became the legendary Tomb Raider that she is. But I like it. You start off like going, "Oh my God, what do I do?" to learning how to be a badass, treasure hunter like she is. So I like
the female version of Nathan Drake, kind of in a way.
Yes, and it's funny too because they always make memes about. Like, people doing some cosplay things of what if Nathan Drake went head-to-head with Lara Croft.
Oh. That could have happened in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale on PS3 a long time ago, but that was a missed opportunity, just to put her in the game.
But I figured I'd give it a try, too, because I liked playing the game. I mean, I liked playing on PC, and I actually really enjoyed the Uncharted series. And so I would have no question I'd probably enjoy playing that game, and it's bonus it's free. And I don't play that many basketball games that often, but I mean, when you got 2K20 for free, I mean, might as well just try out to see if you like it. And if you don't, then whatever, it was free. You didn't waste money on it. But,
definitely.
With sports games. I love sports games. I love playing them. Baseball is obviously my number one, but...
I think baseball and golf are like tied for first, at least for me.
Yeah, and golf's a good one to play when you're like want to be super chill and just play a game that's enjoyable. And not have to worry about, oh my gosh, I had to be strategic here. It's just like simple.
Well, sometimes with golf you gotta be like outthink, because whoever is going first in golf has kind of like a disadvantage, because the next person in line, like especially in golf video games, like you basically if you go first, you gotta aim like a certain area. Say like you got like a wind that's going west, like 9 miles per hour. You gotta like aim like a certain couple of feet away from the fairway, and then you gotta hit it from that certain angle. You gotta time it just right, and then it has to like hit the fairway, and then that's where the disadvantage play comes in, because you're gonna have somebody behind you and they're gonna do the same thing as you. So that's kind of the that's why you definitely gotta sometimes think strategically, because your opponent can copy you, so you gotta be careful on that.
Yeah, it's with the 2K20 game. I mean, selfishly, that's probably the only chance I'll ever have to have the Kings ever get close to winning a championship these days. but it's fun. It's fun to grinding it out and trying to like be the smart GM that the Kings owner is not, and make that ballsy trade that makes your franchise turn around. But and let's face it, now with the fact that the coronavirus has really delayed every single sport. They're coming back soon in July, I believe, fall July or late July at least. So, I mean, we're gonna get a taste of a lot of the sports, but it's just that filler for like, oh my gosh, all these what could have been seasons.
Just envisioning in our minds, like if we were in another reality without the coronavirus, we would be talking about. We would have so much to talk about, from like baseball, NBA finals. I think the NBA finals would have been done by now if the coronavirus wasn't, still doing its, messing up everybody's, work schedules and all that, making everybody sick. But like I said, imagine if we were in an actual normal reality where we're actually watching sports, and this goes to show you something like sometimes, it's like anything can happen at any given moment at any given time. That's just, 100%.
Well, then they have this is going to be a really interesting. I mean, it's already an interesting year already, but
it's way more really interesting. Believe me.
This is going to be, yeah, that's true. This is going to be really unique for sports fans, because you're going to see 3 different major franchise sports playing at the exact same time. Where usually this is like the baseball's time, and this is the hockey and basketball off seasons. Now we have hockey, basketball with baseball, and then football.
I was gonna say, yeah, like football will be like somewhere around like early August, like their preseason Hall of Fame game. Yeah, that's
gonna be saturated with sports. It's gonna be that's definitely a nice.
The podcast. We'll probably have like 2-hour podcast shows if that's gonna be the case. We're gonna have to like.
And now it's the baseball segment of the show.
Oh my god! Actually, we do have something about that coming up here, but like I said, if that actually does happen, we will be stacked and insane with like so many goddamn shows, so many sports topics. Like we got to cover this and that, and football, baseball, hockey, tennis, basketball, whatever the case may be. It's just like there's so much to talk about, and then it's just gonna overwhelm us. But we're gonna kick its ass. We'll kick its ass for sure. we'll kick it. Just bam.
Dang.
2 shows a day. I mean, thank God we're doing 2 shows a day. So otherwise, we probably would have never gotten it done all in 1 week. But or not 2 shows a day, 2 shows a week rather. Yeah, excuse me, because I want to do
3-hour tours to that first one. Shoot.
Oh yeah, I mean, fun fact, a little off topic here. When I used to do like these podcasts, I would do like 2-hour podcast shows, but then I was thinking to myself, that's kind of like a little bit too long. So I wanted to like kind of dub it down a little bit to like maybe like an hour 20 minutes max shows, maybe hour 30 minutes, if some things we had a lot of stuff to talk about. But like I said, just especially with a lot of this coming up, it's gonna be insane once we have all these sports like rebooted, reignited, and revamped. The 3 re's, I'll add that in there. So that's just gonna be nuts. It'll be insane
too, because you got. I mean, it's nice because you can kind of split off if you wanted to. You can have one topic be the video game aspect of things, and then the one show be it's very sports heavy. So people get a lot of what they want.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like especially if that time that actually does roll around. That was what I was thinking. But speaking of, going back to NBA 2K, I think the only time I've ever played it, and I love sports games, like I said, baseball and golf, I could definitely do like on PlayStation, no problem. The rest of the games though, like Madden, NBA 2K, I legit am trash on the PS4. Like, the only time I'm good at Madden and NBA 2K is if I'm playing on somebody's Xbox. I don't know what it is with like Xbox with me and like football and basketball, but I feel like the controls are a lot more smoother and the button, action presses are like a lot more better, like in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It might be just me, but that's just how I feel on it. Like, I'm a lot better with sports games on Xbox than I am on a PS4, like Madden and NBA. I mean, actually, then again, like, hockey's kind of a different story. Hockey's like number 3 for me. And I'll explain why here, because one of my first ever games, along with Super Mario 64, a little bit off topic, on the Nintendo 64, which we did explain our top 5 a little bit, but if you ever heard of the game Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey, that was one of my first games I've ever had on the Nintendo 64, and that game was super fun. Oh my god,
that game. Jesus.
I loved that game so much. It was that and Kobe Bryant NBA Courtside, which came out like a couple years later in '98. That game was also probably one of my favorite sports games, like basketball-wise, on a Nintendo console, which is it was underrated game. Somebody was saying it was an underrated game, and it definitely was. I absolutely agree with that. And it's just some of the parts in the game would make me laugh. Like if you try to catch a rebound and you'd like run into the the basketball, the pole by accident, like you run into it, and then they'll have these like the animation where it's like it'll take them a second to like bong, and then they start falling over like slowly, like they're in like slow capture motion, which is like super funny. I don't know why this was funny, but it was. And of course, when Shaq dunks the basketball, he has this little dance. He's like doing the vertical worm or something. I don't know what it was, or with his arms, which is, I don't know if you remember. Like, I mean, I'm kind of terrible at explaining stuff, but you get what I'm saying, though, right?
It.
Yeah,
I can envision it right now. Yeah, looking like a gorilla as he's running down the court.
No, he's not looking like that. He's doing the arms. It's like he's dancing. He's like a dancing motion kind of thing. I don't know what it was, but it was super funny. It was legit. It was amazing.
He looked like a gorilla.
I mean, I'll have to, if I find a picture of it, I'll definitely DM it to you in the group chat, which is a little GIF. Yeah, I'll have to definitely look that up, which is absolutely
funny. That'll be your podcast GIF coming up. Next podcast is coming up in 5 minutes. Have the Gorilla Shack looking thing.
I will definitely. I need to find that and just make it into a thing. Oh my god, that would be amazing. If I can find it like on Google or Bing or something, that would be like top tier for sure. That would definitely be top tier, definitely. But yeah, at this moment, free PS Plus games. If you guys want to capitalize on that right now, definitely go do it. Go do it. It is on July. Yeah, so starting I think usually the free games start like July 3rd or 4th. I think it's like every 2nd or 3rd of the month. The PS Plus games dropped, like every so often. But and then we were saying that actually the article says you can't go wrong for trying it out for free. So we were just discussing that a little bit earlier on, and yeah, there you go. Just try it out. If you don't like it, then hey, you got it for free off PlayStation Plus, so there's no harm, no foul there. But anyway, speaking of sports, we actually do have a little bit of a baseball topic to talk about here, because we do know it is confirmed that the baseball is going to be rebooted or reset for July 24th. So July 24th is when the MLB season will be restarted. It will be 60 games, so they'll have 60 game seasons. But to me, and before I get to the I don't know, well, the article's kind of taking its time to load here, so I'll let it do its thing here for a little bit. But before I get to the article here, it might be just me. I don't know what you're thinking, though, Matt, but like I said, everybody else might be agreeing with me. Maybe they couldn't. I don't know. I just feel like the season just feels kind of like, I wouldn't say tainted, but more of a asterisk, because it's not a full season completely. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would want to watch it at all this year. I mean, I'm a big baseball fan. I'm a baseball nerd. I go back from like, 19, like my team, I can go back to like, 1951, 55, Brooklyn, yada yada, all the way to LA, in the late 50s. And at the same time, I don't know. It's just, to me, I wouldn't want to watch a MLB game where it's like 60 seasons. Like, I mean, at the same time, it's just like every game is going to matter. Like, 'cause it is huge. It is going to be insane, but I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking about, but I just don't think it would be the same for me,
I mean, you gotta think of it too, is in terms of if let's say the Dodgers like run roughshod. I mean, they're not gonna go undefeated, but if they run roughshod through the regular season and they absolutely just annihilate the postseason and win the World Series, will you consider it just an asterisk World Series? Or, I mean, in the end, it's like games are games. I mean, it's gonna be unique, but it's not like they cheated. It's not like a Astros season where they cheated the entire season and the postseason.
This is just like a in real life thing that just happened all of a sudden. It's just like, it took a wrong turn, and then this is where we're at today. And baseball fans are like video game fans. They're still going to be super toxic about it. They're going to try to like drag the other people down to their level of the other team's fan base and all that jazz. And like I said, it's everywhere. People are just going to say it's going to be asterisk no matter what. But to me, in my opinion, I can't give a legitimate answer for that, honestly. I mean, I want to be excited for it, like on one side of the token, but then on the other side of it, it's just, it won't be the same,
Mm-hmm.
And
well, if you think about it too,
okay, yeah, go ahead.
So, like the fans of the Miami Heat are probably a good example. I mean, people don't really talk about it, but the playoffs started on like the 28th. And I want to say that was one of the NBA lockout seasons in 11-12. I think the Heat beat the Thunder. In that particular season, but it's like with their second title, I think, of their reign with LeBron and Wade and all the big three. And people don't really talk about how like, oh, LeBron's rings were tainted because they won rings together. I don't even know if LeBron was even on that team at that point, but they don't really talk about how
he probably was.
Yeah, I think I want to say there was this Dwayne Wade and no, that was LeBron. Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
Basketball, and this happens everywhere. Like, basketball is more of a, it's a team sport. I mean, obviously there's going to be some, all-star players that put up like ungodly and insane stats. But remember this at the end of the day, basketball is more of a team sport than anything. I mean, obviously everything is like team sport, like, baseball, football, basketball, hockey, everything is team. And like to jab at least like, like one certain player, and people are going to be doing that like every single time. Like, there were people that legit hated Kobe Bryant, like right before when all the BS went down, and obviously God bless Kobe Bryant's soul. And even Shaquille O'Neal, there were some people that even hated Michael Jordan too, but they all respected him at the end of the day because it was basically they had their moments. They did their parts, they made their teams great, they were Hall of Fame players. And I think a lot of people need to like respect them, even though they're like, if it was a team you hate, don't hate the player, but just like, I understand you want to hate the team, but don't hate the player. Like, give them respect though. A lot of those people actually work their asses off just to actually help their team get good.
Great, and it's a real thing now.
And that's the same with baseball. And that's the same with baseball too. And we were talking about that, and I wanted to get back to the topic at hand with baseball real quick. So Ryan Zimmerman of Joe Ross of the reigning World Series champion Washington Nationals and Mike Leake of the Arizona Diamondbacks are opting out of the 2020 MLB season over the concerns about the coronavirus pandemic. So that is kind of huge, though. And like I said, the season's going to begin end of July 24th, and like I said, you got all these people, and I don't blame them at all. It's like with WWE and Roman Reigns. I don't blame them for like opting out of the season. They want to, take care of their families, protect them, stay safe, and that's perfectly fine. Like I said, I completely understand that. And welcome back, Ice, by the way. But at the same time, there's going to be some people that are just going to like, oh, why are you doing this? And They just literally just explained it, and yeah, a lot of these people don't know what's going on.
To answer your question about the Astros, I don't consider it an Astros season because this is probably going to be, I mean, for lack of a better term, we're always using the word unique season. I like it because it's a shorter season, and actually, there have actually been some MLB players on record thinking, this might be something that the Players Union and even the MLB themselves can look into, thinking, okay, we're doing a 60-game season. If people absolutely love the 60-game season, regardless of who takes time off for coronavirus, that can make it a very unique season of, okay, every single game matters. Whereas on a grueling typical baseball season, it's like, you can take this weird series off. It's just the Royals, or it's just the Rays, or whomever the horrible team is, like the Pirates or whoever. Maybe we could take the series off. Whereas now, every single series matters.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to win every single game. And that one game you slough off in could cost you an entire postseason berth. And I like how they have not expanded the postseason like the other sports have. It's just back to the usual stuff. And now they're also experimenting with the double DH. What I mean by that is a DH in both leagues, which is going to create even more unique aspect of things that people have been saying, I don't want it. All the purists are saying, I don't want it in the National League.
Well,
when am I going to come back in whenever you fuckers are talking about some foreign, hobby or pastime? Where the hell?
You can remain silent. It's okay.
It's okay.
You can.
Pokemon. What the fuck do I?
Well, I did wanted to touch up on the DH part. So
I'm sorry, I just had to say that.
It's.
All right, carry on.
We'll get back to that here up in a little bit, probably right towards near the end of the show. But I do wanted to touch up on the DH part, where it's going to be in both the American and National League. And I'm gonna be honest. I will say this right now. I am anti-DH for National League. And I'll explain why here. I just feel like it just kind of ruins the strategy and ruins the momentum for the 8. Especially with the 8th spot, the 9th spot when you're at bat, it takes away the sacrifice bunt. It's like strategy. You take that away, and then it's just like a completely different ballgame. I don't know. I might be sounding like a National League homer saying this, but at the same time, it's just. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do, but I'm not a huge fan of it personally. But I respect it. That is what I am trying to
benefit your Dodgers, though, because you guys have a plethora of outfielders, especially since you couldn't trade Jock Peterson. So now Jock can be mainly the bat instead of the glove.
That is true, but I'm more of a a technical strategist in a way. Did I even say that right? Strategist, or is it strategical?
Strategist, you're right.
Oh, okay, okay. I don't know. I mean, I could go right with both words, but. I don't know. I'm just more of a fan of the sacrifice bunt whenever they're the 8th man is on and the batting lineup is on base.
Don't get it wrong, though. This is not going to stick. It's not going to stick, but if anything, what it does is it opens the door for any kind of rule changings that are possible, because now
I get that. I understand that.
If you think about it, people can look at it and go, oh, okay, what would it have been if it is a all DH everywhere all the time? People can actually finally see what it's like, albeit a very short sample size. But now they can see it firsthand. What is it going to be like if both leagues have a DH? And if it sucks, then at least they know, hey, we tried it for this shortened season. No harm, no foul. It's all good. I mean, you do it in the World Series anyways, that both sides have to at least do a DH at some point. But
if the American League team's home, then the National League team's got to do it. Yeah, interleague play especially, too. I mean,
I'm more of a glass half full kind of guy with the season. I mean, it's going to suck because a lot of star players are going to be, I'm not going to say wimping out because they're being smart. They're being smart, and they figured, if I have a family member that's susceptible with health reasons, like, for instance, Mike Trout could easily sit there and say, you know what, I'm going to have to take a pass in the season because my wife's pregnant, and I don't want to risk me getting coronavirus and giving it to her. He could do that, and I would be okay with it because, he's being smart as a person.
Yeah, well, here's what Ryan Zimmerman is saying through this. I think it was a tweet. It wasn't really a tweet though, but it was more of a statement. So he said, "To be clear," and I quote, "To be clear, I am not retiring at this time. I have not decided to pull on my future in baseball past 2020. But this year, I'll be staying safe at home and pulling as hard as anyone for the guys to defend our championship." And I quote. So that is what he said.
Yeah, and opting out of your contract for the season, or opting out of the season, by no stretch is. I mean, I would wonder if are they going to get paid if they do that. That's the question. Are these players going to get paid if they opt out of one part of their contract? Are they going to be able to keep that money? Because technically it's guaranteed, but is there anything written in the rule saying, hey, if you don't play, you don't get paid?
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder about that. But yeah, I expect to see a lot more big names coming out saying, hey, no, I can't do it. The obvious ones that have health concerns, I know. There's some big names that have health concerns. I mean, it makes me wonder if Kenley Jansen's going to be for the Dodgers, because he's got that thing with his heart, and I wonder if he's going to even risk it to play with the Dodgers.
I mean, especially, I wouldn't doubt if he actually opted out, because like I said, there's going to be some players that, that have like health conditions are going to be opting out 2020. And especially not just in baseball too, but you got like, as I mentioned, earlier, Roman Reigns with his leukemia, especially with the coronavirus, he opted out just because so that way he can focus on his own health. And that's perfectly fine. Everybody understands that. So, like I said, you got to respect the person's choice and not like make a hissy fit about it, because he's like the star player of your team. I mean, yeah, if you want to like, be upset about it or be sad or whatever, like, yeah, I mean, that's perfectly fine, but don't lash out at the other player. Like, I mean, come on, for crying out loud. Like, that'd be like somebody toxic would probably do. Like, and you get a lot of those people on Twitter.
Like Blake Snell. Jeez. That man couldn't take that shoe far out of his mouth as far in as it went into his mouth. He couldn't get it out. That's how bad it was. Talking way too much about things he shouldn't be talking about publicly. And so, and then basically, it's Mike unique. And then Mike Leake, who was 32, and Zimmerman was 35. Like I said earlier, he also intends to sit out the 2020 season on Monday. So basically what he said, or this is what Leake's agent said, and I quote, "During this global pandemic, Mike and his family had many discussions about playing this season. They took countless factors into consideration, many of which are personal to him and his family. After thorough consideration, he chose to opt out of playing in 2020, and it was an easy decision for Mike, and he wishes the best of luck and health for his Diamondback teammates this season, and he's looking forward to 2021. Unquote. So it's just like the same thing as the last one. It's makes sense. You have family to take care of, and that's all there is to it, basically. And there's and today was the deadline for the 60-man player pool, right, for every single team.
Oh yeah. But I'm kind of interested to actually figure out what they're going to do with the trade deadline. So I wonder if that's going to be the same date, or if they're
no.
Probably
no. It's I think they might make it. It's August, I know for sure, but I don't know if it's gonna be August 31st. It might be kind of like the halfway point between. Yeah, I would think the smart decision would be if they start in like early, if not mid-July, it would probably be late August to be smart to do that, just so they can kind of get like a halfway point of the season. I don't anticipate an all-star game by any stretch of the imagination, because that would just, I don't know.
I mean, it would make sense to actually do it at the halfway point, like right on the 31st. But I was actually kind of see where they were going to try to go with that, just because like if they're going to keep it the same date, or are they going to like push it back a little bit? Which, if they kept it at the same date, I would be shocked, because I kind of like popped in my head like thinking that. But it wouldn't be surprising, or at least to me, like if they actually went towards August 30th or 31st, somewhere around there, where they're just going to be like, okay, let's extend, because of the coronavirus pandemic, let's actually extend the trading deadline on that certain month and day, so that way we could have more teams figure out where they can go to for contenders and all that jazz.
And that's the big unique part too, is that
buying and
such
selling,
a shortened season, who's gonna take that really risky move there? Who's going to be like go after a couple of months? Go, okay, we have to make a big move right now, and who's going to sit there and stand pat? It's going to make it unique. Are there going to be more moves or less moves? And
yeah, exactly.
Coronavirus is literally going to affect the entire aspect of trade deadlines, because then you're like, okay, I want this guy, but he's got a health risk when it comes to coronavirus, and if he gets the disease, we're screwed. And so it's like it adds that uniqueness to where, I hate saying it, but coronavirus is going to influence the trade deadline too.
Yes,
Kinda-
and
it kinda sucks.
there's been some baseball players that have been
Yeah, lots of
confirmed,
them.
like they've been tested positive for COVID-19, so they've been forced to like stay at home or in the hospital rather. But and maybe they might be at home too. I don't know, but
Yeah, and the
yeah,
usual
that's
facilities,
huge. That's
like,
huge.
Like Florida and Phoenix are having. I mean, Florida is the biggest one. I mean, they have more cases confirmed than Canada.
Mhm.
But then you got places like Arizona starting to rise up a little bit more too. And it's, I mean,
California's California's in the top 3, no question,
it's
for
right
sure.
there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all because people are just stupid. They just don't, not to get political about it, but they're, I mean, semi-political. Let's be real. Where people are just not putting their masks on. They're just being stupid. So, I mean, that's pretty much it.
and yeah, Death Slayer in the chat was talking about some NFL players. And speaking of NFL players, let's talk about a certain signing that happened yesterday, which we were. Yeah, Cam Newton's signed a 1-year deal with the Patriots. So that is quite the interesting turn now that Tom Brady's gone. And Cam Newton's going to be, well, if he's not hurt, that is, which is kind of like, we'll discuss like which, if he'll help or hurt the Patriots or not. He's going to be in Bill Belichick's offense. So that's going to be quite interesting to see where they are going to take that if he's healthy. But then I'm looking at Twitter right now because I saw this on Twitter. And somebody put on Twitter, I won't say their name, but somebody put, but yet Kaepernick, who is 10 times better, can't get signed. This is ridiculous. I mean, that's one thing is for sure, though. Like I said, Cam Newton, very phenomenal athlete, but at the same time, he's injury prone. He's not like what he used to be. So how is this going to work out? Do you think the Patriots are going to benefit off this, or is this going to hurt them in the long run? So that's one thing to think about.
It's a little band-aid, honestly. That's what it kind of feels like. I mean, we don't even know if we're gonna have a season, mind you, with football, but yeah, I mean, it's a solid pickup.
I wouldn't say it's great. It's good, but
No.
you gotta be on the lookout for his injuries, though. Like, he's had injury problems like throughout his career. Like I said, he wasn't like the same in Auburn. He went to Auburn, if I remember correctly, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he wasn't like, like he was in his college football days. But like I said, it's the Bill Belichick offense, as I was mentioning, like, I mean, he's a scrambler. He's not more of like not just a passer, but he's more of an athletic scrambler too. But so you got to wonder how that relationship's going to work with Belichick and all them. Do you think they'll be a playoff team? That's the real question.
Possibly. I mean, is Bill Belichick still the man in charge?
Oh,
there? That's the question.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
Okay.
he'll be there for a while.
They probably won't be as dominant, but I mean, it's probably going to be. I would say they're on the bubble team, honestly. I mean,
Okay.
far be it from me to be like an NFL, NFL expert or anything like that. But I mean, just based on that team derived, and they always were confident around the man that was in Tom Brady. But I don't know. That's a big maybe, because a lot of teams in their division are right there on the cusp. Right there on the cusp of being great.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Belichick will probably find a way to figure out what adjustments he has to work with, especially with that offense. Because remember, Carolina's offense and New England's offense are two completely different, offenses. Not just, AFC and NFC, but in the NFL. Because Belichick runs one offense. I don't remember who the coach was for the Panthers, but yeah, they ran like a completely different offense. So that kind of goes to show you, because Newton now has to adapt to their offense, like what Brady ran through for like, I don't know, let's say 2001. So we're talking about like 19 years. That's a pretty big gap to fill. Like it's a huge gap. So at the same time, I mean, it's a solid pickup, but Cam Newton's got he's got a big role to fill, though. That's some giant shoes to fill.
Yeah, and it's always amazing when we sit there and go, oh well, this is the year the Patriots fall apart, and then all of a sudden they're right there in the picture, being as dominant as always. Of course, that's with Tom Brady, but I wouldn't put it past them to sneak in and going, hey, we're here, we're still here, guys. I mean, nobody expected the Chiefs to start that season last season and be as good as they were. and then obviously end up winning the Super Bowl over all teams, the team they faced, and it's like, dang, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good Super Bowl matchup this year. San Francisco and KC. I mean, it was kind of like, I wouldn't say more of like a well, it was kind of like, in a sense, like there were some teams scoring, but then like the second half, I don't know, it just got really stale the second half. I don't know about you, but that was just...
Well, that was just the mantra of the Chiefs, is that it seemed like every time they were down, they were like the rallying Chiefs every time, like especially and that monumental one they had.
Yeah, especially like during their whole postseason as of last year too.
Yeah,
that's what kind of team they were.
Yeah, that's why when the Niners were, in the driver's seat, I was sitting there thinking like, I don't know, I wouldn't count out the Chiefs, and that's why when someone asked me to pick someone, I said I can't count out Patrick Mahomes. That guy just he's got ice water, ice water in the Saints, man. And sure enough, he came through with that.
Cold. He's stone cold.
Stone cold. That's the bottom line, because Mahomes said so.
That wasn't bad, actually. That wasn't too bad.
He's free. Bill, you're not.
Bill, you didn't even have the conversation. What are you even doing on the podcast to begin with? But all right, so at least to me though, would it help or benefit, or would it hurt? Cam Newton being on the Patriots. If he's not hurt, like if he actually gets the Patriots are going to have a good offense no matter what. Wide receivers, they're actually pretty stacked. But if Cam Newton doesn't get hurt, just to say, I feel like that team might be 11-5. I'm just gonna say if Cam Newton stays healthy, Belichick kind of fixes, which I know Bill Belichick, he kind of like fixes everything, like every single not every single quarterback apart from like Tom Brady, but like I said, I feel like the Patriots will go 11-5, and it's some people say I'm kind of sugarcoating it a little bit, but I don't think so. Like I said, as long as he stays healthy, I can see the Patriots at least going 11-5, maybe being like a 4-seeded at max, or maybe possibly I would say I don't know, maybe like at 5 at least. So I would definitely see them like maybe being like a 4-seed, like maybe playing like against the at least having like one home game in the first round of the playoffs. Not like a first round buy-in or anything, but like against like a 5th or 6th seed, I could definitely see one of those, like the Patriots, like maybe doing that.
Yeah, I mean, Cam Newton, he did lead a team to the Super Bowl, at least to get there, and I think it was against the Patriots, mind you, so he's kind of seen firsthand how that system can operate. He hasn't played it, but he's seen it. So, of course, that's a few years removed, like quite a few years removed from when he was there against them. So, he's got the talent. It's just like you said, can he stay on the field?
Yeah, can he stay healthy?
He stays on the field. That's the two factors right there.
Yeah,
can he stay healthy? And how is it that Bill Belichick's system is going to be able to adjust with a new guy at the helm when Cam? And will Cam be willing to go, all right, Bill, I got you, man. I feel you. You're the man here, so let's go ahead. Let's ride this out. I'm going to listen to everything you have to say. But in summation, will he not be arrogant enough to hear what Bill has to say and respect the fact that he's got more rings
Cam, if I know Cam Newton, he is not. I don't think he is arrogant at all. He's like one of the more humble people that is out there to play the game of football. But
he's gonna have something to prove for sure.
Yeah, he will. I'm not gonna say he doesn't have something to prove, but he will. He and like I was mentioning earlier, the 19-year gap that Tom Brady was at the helm for the Patriots for like, at least almost 2 decades. That's a huge gap to fill. You got to realize that. There's a lot of pressure riding on Cam Newton just to fill that role than most people realize. It's insane. It's honestly insane. But I don't know. That's just me though. I would say, like I said, if he stayed in that, situation where he's healthy, he does well with the team, like at 11-5 at best. Like I don't know, because Death was saying like 12-4, but that's huge. That would be like so shocking if the Patriots went 12-4 with Cam at the helm. But like I said, I say 11-5 at max, and then I'd say 10-6 at the least. At least to me, I think they'll win at least 10 games if he stays healthy.
That's a safe for sure.
Yeah, like 10 games minimum. I would be shocked if they go like 9-7 or 8 or win like less than 10 games. But if Cam Newton does get hurt though, I would probably say, yeah, I would say the Patriots may go like 500 at best, 8-8, somewhere around there. That's if he gets hurt. And keep in mind, like I said, this is a 1-year contract we're talking about here. So this is go big or go home. It's like the Mookie Betts thing with the Dodgers. It's risky, you know. If they both players do like have bad moments with both their teams respectively, then they're gonna want out for sure. They're gonna go someplace else. But I don't know. That's just my take on it. But Ice, I said I was gonna let you back on here at the end, so
I have nothing to say to you fuckers!
But you got DDoS. You got DDoS. That's what happened.
I'm getting DDoS on freaking Pokemon Home right now. I can't log on the mobile device to play my Zeraora.
I fudged up. Basically, what you have to do is hit the top 3, the menu icon up at the top right-hand corner.
Isn't it a mystery gift?
No, I can't even open the app. The app is like keeps saying communication error. I'm not even on it.
I can't even open mine as well.
Here, I'll have to check mine in here in a little bit.
I tried uninstalling it. And
did you try opening up on the Switch app?
No, not yet.
Okay, well, yeah, check the Switch app also if you guys haven't.
It's funny too because actually the whole point of them telling that on there is on their news article. They said you have to claim it on the mobile device, like you did the other ones, like you did the Galarian starters. And so that's the weird part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll definitely have to check here in a little while.
I tried uninstalling it, reinstalling it, it wouldn't work. Going into Pokemon Home on the Switch right now. I'm trying it that way.
But yeah, if it doesn't work on the mobile app, then definitely try it on the Switch, which I'll definitely have to look at. I think somebody was mentioning this on Discord. I think somebody messaged something in the Pokemon Discord chat that I'm in. Let me see what they said here. Yeah, real quick. So apparently according to Joe Merrick on Twitter, like this is just
you can't even sign in on Pokemon Home.
So this is from Joe Merrick from Cerebi on Twitter, and it's just I guess thank you to my buddy Sean, who usually has come in for Matt a couple of times here on the show. He shared out the tweet saying that some people trying to get onto Pokemon Home for Zeraora have crashed the server, so there might have been a lot of people like trying to log in, and that's why it's down. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, you can't even do it on the other version too. But hey, at least I can trade with my boy on the Switch though. So there you go. I'll have one of my 2 to claim finally. Jesus.
Oh man. Yeah, like I said, it could be down because just probably like a lot of people are trying to log in. I'll probably try like hear it a little bit, but like I said, we just got to be patient. That's all it is. We got to be patient. But on that note, anything else you all want to add, or is that you guys want to just wrap it up?
Ice even patiently waiting for us to get off the sports topic. So.
I know Ice has been...
heard enough sports to like sit there and fry my brain. I can't even focus on trying to fix Pokemon Home more than Max, overall.
She's just like, stop talking about sports, damn it.
It's numbing my mind, dang it.
Like, I can't.
Oh man,
so much math, so much bullshit, so much.
So much rage. The rage is building. Give in to your sports.
Do it. Give in.
Do it. It's a great meme. Do it.
I am all the sports. Just like the fucking Rise of Skywalker.
Oh my gosh, I gotta start making those sound effects. Do it. Subscribe to my channel.
Okay, so there's a new notification though that I'll talk to you guys about after the stream's over. Something private.
Alrighty.
I like it.
Well, on that note, So I guess that's all we have for it. I guess nobody else wants to talk about anything, but like I said, I got to go eat here in a little bit, so that is going to do it for this episode. Like I said, we did 2 shows this week. Both of them will be up on YouTube very, very soon if you guys are watching on the Twitch side. I appreciate everybody for stopping by on both shows.
You should have had one already uploaded by Sunday and Monday, but no!
It takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of time on my end. But on the YouTube side, if you guys did enjoy it, which you guys will probably see this on breaking the fourth wall here in a little bit. Wednesday we'll have obviously this episode, and then yesterday, if you guys haven't seen yesterday, definitely go hit the like button on yesterday's podcast, which will probably be uploaded obviously on the Tuesday. So Tuesday we'll have episode 14. I'll probably drop that in the description, and then episode 15 obviously is what you're seeing today. If you guys are watching this, if you guys are watching this maybe in 2021. How are you doing? Hope you guys are having a good time. But
hopefully coronavirus is dead by now. Jeez.
Exactly. But anyways, love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow on the Twitch side for another stream, and thank you guys so much for watching on the YouTube side. If you guys made it this far on the YouTube side, I applaud you. Absolutely applaud you. But thank you guys. I love you, and I will see you guys later. #PugBark. Bye!